Topanga, I know you miss Cory, but to come here without your parents' permission, that's just wrong.
How can it be wrong, Mom, if she loves me enough to do that? I mean, I'm sorry I didn't do it myself. But I will not be the one who travels 300 miles to be rejected and look like a fool. So if life doesn't want me and Topenga together, then you can't fight life, can you?
Cory.
If you were a young boy in the 1990s, there's no doubt that you're aware of the show Boy Meets World, a show that I've spoken of previously on this channel. For some, the draw of the show was Topenga and her beauty. For others, it was the idea that she could love a regular guy like Cory for who he was, and that they had an innocent kind of love that many of us grew up looking for in the real world. And then there was the simple idea that she was a down-to-earth, and may I not overstate this, modest young lady who underestimated how beautiful she was, and she had to have her beauty reinforced. The kind of young lady that many of us dreamt about.
But I'm not having a baby.
What? You know, Sean was the one that... You were the one that said she couldn't fit into her pants.
Because I'm fat. That's why I went on a diet. Eric and I went on a diet. It's embarrassing to not be the tall one, or the skinny one, or the one with the 8% body fat.
When you consider that this kind of programming was normal for many of us younger Gen Xers when we were growing up, we came out into the world thinking that there were going to be a plethora of Topengas walking around. I mean, you can see what she looks like, and the idea that she's on a television show saying that she doesn't think she's cute, that she thinks she's overweight, she thinks that she doesn't have any curves, and then in the previous video, going to her boyfriend's house 300 miles away that she had been dating all the way through grade school to reaffirm her love for him, we thought, when are we going to get ourselves one of those?
Yeah, but I understand you're going to be showing us your more dangerous side today, right? What are you going to be doing for us?
I'm going to be singing Busta Rhymes' Give Me Some More.
Oh my God, you guys ready?
Men need women more than we need men. Like, I don't think that anyone realizes that, but it's very true because we get a lot from our female friendships. You know, we get a lot from our relationships with our moms or whatever it might be. And men get everything from their beloved.
We have to be careful when we intake information and relationship advice because oftentimes there's an agenda, like I think is happening in this conversation, especially if they're using information from boomers and older Gen Xers who essentially grew up with their versions of Topenga. So in that case, they might be right. But if they're using any kind of data from younger Gen Xers down to millennials and Gen Zs, they don't even really know any Topengas in their life at all. And they're having a very different experience. So the idea of trying to tell men that the best, most stable person in your life is your girlfriend, that's a very small group of guys, and it's getting smaller by the day. And this is an example of why, as men, we have to protect our peace, because there are people moving chess pieces all around us, and it's a war to speak.
Being a black man in America isn't easy. The hunt is on. And you're the prey.
Yeah, baby, what a surprise. Get you something, make a sucker close all of your eyes. I'm a get money capitalized. Down little small guy, we on the rise.
So what I mean by entertainment industry is music, modeling, and acting. Okay. And being a boss that I am. And like a woman of God. The stripping that's just a 9-to-5 side hustle to me.
What would you say the woman's role in a relationship is?
Just being in her soft, feminine side of her so that the man can just do everything, basically.
So what would you say is the man's role in a relationship?
To take care of her, make her feel safe, make her feel loved, make her feel like she's the only girl in the world.
And why did you pop your balloon?
Initially, it was off of the physical attraction. I don't want to waste anyone's time.
Everything I'm about to touch, platinumized, fully equipped, you know, coming with all supplies.
I don't have time for that. I will exit stage left or right, so
no
yeah,
loyalty up in here.
Is he someone that you're type?
No, he look too old.
Not bad for 53.
Yeah, he look 53.
I'm in love, Angela. I don't mean high school, I love you too. I mean, I am in love with Cory Matthews. And I want to be. There's nobody else in the world for me, and there never will be. I'm taken.
When you hear younger Gen Xers and older millennials rave about the Topenga character from Boy Meets World, it's not because of the way she looks. She's cute white woman with long hair is not because of her posture or her build. It's because of what she represents. Many of us thought that we were going to go into the world, or even in grade school, find our Topenga that was going to be loyal and modest and think that she was overweight when she was perfectly built, or just be the kind of person that knew what true love was, and she was going to love you through difficulties, even if you guys are going through something. The kind of girl that would go 300 miles to see her boyfriend in the rain. And what happened to many of us is that we have to mourn our idea of Topenga because it's just not easy to find in this modern world. And so that's why I say for many of us, we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our peace.
And if you want your man to reach his highest potential, spend his money. Because a man with no financial pressure will stay exactly where he is.
Does a guy using an Android phone make him less attractive?
He automatically loses 50 points.
In the big crib, give me some more.
I was like, he's got an Android, so we gotta drop him down to 4.
Can a guy be a 10 using an Android?
Oh. You're not gonna have a Samsung.
You met someone that you're attracted to.
Okay.
He pulls out an Android phone.
I'm walking away.
In the big crib, give me some more.
As a black man with black women that do have children, I would expect you to want to step in for women who have children. The majority of us black women are single mothers. And since we are, and you want to date us potentially, then it would be your role to step in. My children's father.
In the big crib, give me some more.
Okay, y'all, listen to this. Researchers have known for over 20 years which parent is responsible for giving us our fibroids. Researchers have found that we get our fibroid genes from our fathers. Yes, you got it from your daddy. You got it from your daddy.
I told them how much Cory meant to me and how I couldn't be away from him. They said I was too young to say things like that I didn't know.
So you ran away from them?
I ran away to Cory.
Romantic love is the biggest propaganda that's ever been sold to women. This is a script designed by society to make women willingly give up our power, ambitious resources without even realizing it. So from the very beginning, little girls are fed with the same storyline. You gotta wait for a Prince Charming, 19 shining armors to come save you, pick you. Disney princess set the template. All the princesses are beautiful, delicate, they're picked, chosen, saved by the prince, and they live a happily ever after life. So what's the message here for the young girls? You don't need to take control of your own life. You can just sit there and wait for a guy to come to save you. That's why I think Mulan is the only Disney princess little girls should be learning from, because she's not waiting for a guy. She's fighting her own destiny.
This is a narrative that many of us have heard before, that the Disneyification of relationships and building families was one that oppressed young women to not be ambitious. Of course, that can be left to interpretation for people to decide how young ladies have dealt with the Disney princess being rescued by the handsome prince. But Disney ABC also made Boy Meets World, and they showed us Topenga, and they made young men think all you have to do is be a decent guy like Cory, work hard, study, and you're going to meet your Topenga. And instead, we met not Topenga.
So now, is he someone that's your type?
Not at all.
Okay,
if you don't
why
have
not?
anything, if you're a man of a certain age and think that you should have nothing, if you haven't accomplished nothing at a certain age in your life, I'm not looking for that. I'm definitely looking for someone who's financially stable, who's able to enjoy the fruits of our labor at this fruits of our labor.
Hello? Who am I speaking to right now? I don't even know who I'm talking to. And it's consistently. You're walking outside, you're walking down the street. An average regular man, hey, can I get your number? Why? What about this situation is making you think that I want to converse with you? I don't know you. I've never seen you before. Nothing about you caught my eye. Something about me caught your eye. This is not even an equivalent situation. It's so delusional. And they really just expect you to be like, hey, thank you, nah, hey, happy. This is normal. Why is this normalized behavior? That's why catcalling gets me so tight. Or men just speaking to women in the streets in general. Because it's what about the context of this situation makes you think that I would be interested in you right now? Seriously. That's the delusion. It's well, I'm a man. Well, don't you think I'm cute? Don't you like my sneakers? Are you 5 years old?
Look, you're the most stunningly beautiful woman I've ever seen. That's why I married you.
Really?
Yeah, I love everything about you. And that's never gonna change.
there's no shortage on social media these days of young ladies speaking of the lament that they have that Disney showed them a happily ever after picture with a charming prince that never came to fruition. But often what we don't count for is the vision that was shown to men, that many young boys of my generation and a generation maybe younger than me thought that there was a Topenga out there waiting for them, that all they had to do is be a fundamentally good person and love her with all of his heart, and things were going to magically work out. But what you can see in not just this video, but all of the social media around us is that you as a man going into this world as it is now, thinking that way can also get you very hurt and also used. And so for any gentleman, either at home or going overseas, the most important thing you should be looking for in a young lady is a woman that cares about your peace. She may not be in the form that you're like or what you're used to. She may not look like Topenga, but then again, we didn't like Topenga because of how she looked. We liked Topenga because of who she was. And she cared about Cory and Cory's peace. And for those of us in this modern world looking for some simulation or some new version of Topenga, we have to keep our minds open and think that she may indeed be out there, just in a form that we cannot comprehend yet. And so if it involves going overseas or dating different races of young ladies and then having a different mindset for how we deal with her when we're with her, then so be it. But the truth of the matter is there were two sexes, two genders affected by Disney's idea of what would the perfect relationship consist of. And we have to mend our hearts and protect our peace as well. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.